In this video, we're going to find the direction a parabola opens and its axis of symmetry and vertex from the general form of its equation. So right now we have an equation that is in general form. In general form would be ax squared plus bx plus c. And so the first thing we're going to figure out is the direction of the parabola opens. So if a is greater than 0, then the parabola opens upwards. If a is less than 0, then it opens downwards. So based on that information, we look at our equation. Our a value is -1, which means that this opens downwards. So you always look at that leading coefficient on the x squared term, and that's going to tell you whether it opens up or down. The next part is the axis of symmetry. If I have a parabola graphed here, every parabola has an axis of symmetry. And what that means is it has a vertical line that passes through the vertex. So we're going to call that the vertex. Okay, so this vertical line that passes through the vertex, and it makes the parabola symmetrical on each side. So if I fold this side over onto this side, it would cover that side perfectly, and you wouldn't be able to tell a difference. So it's the same on each side. Now, to figure out this axis of symmetry, there's an equation that we can use, and that equation is x is equal to -b over 2a. And so what we do is we list out what a, b, and c are. So we already have a here. Let's write down what b is. B is -10. C is -20. So we can find this equation by plugging in what b and a are. So we can say that x is equal to negative b, which is -10, all over 2 times a, which is -1. -10 is +10 over -2, which simplifies to -5. So the equation for this vertical line is x equals -5. Now, it just so happens that this axis of symmetry passes through the vertex. So in the third part, they want us to find the vertex. Well, there's a equation for finding the vertex, and that equation would be, well, I wouldn't even call it an equation. There's a couple of expressions. -b over 2a, which is exactly what we just did, comma, f of -b over 2a. So basically, if I find the axis of symmetry x value, this -b over 2a, and then I take that x value and I plug it into the function, I'll get the y value, and then I'll have the coordinate for the vertex. Well, I already know that -b over 2a produced a -5 because I just did it there. So I can write that that is -5, comma, f of -5. So now I need to figure out what is the function with an input of -5. Well, that would be -5. And then if I take the function, which I have right here, and plug in -5, I would get -5 squared minus 10 times -5 minus 20. So I end up with the vertex being -5, comma, this would be 25, but it's a -25. So I get -25 plus 50 minus 20, which is going to give us -5. When I combine these together, that's -45 plus 50, so you get 5. So -5 is the vertex. So we have the axis of symmetry, we have the vertex, and we have whether or not it opens up or down. Let's try a second example. In this example, we have f of x equals 2x squared minus 16x plus 29. So if we use that whole a greater than 0, a less than 0 piece, we can say that a is 2. I'm going to go ahead and write down what b and c are. We'll need both of those. So if a is 2, this means that it opens upwards. Now let's find the axis of symmetry. To find the axis of symmetry, I say x is equal to negative b over 2a. And I substitute in b, so I have negative 16 over 2 times a, which is 2 times 2. So I end up with 16 over 4, which is 4. So my axis of symmetry is x equals 4. So I've got 2 pieces of the 3 that I need. The last one is to find the vertex. So to find the vertex, we're going to use this vertex formula expression, negative b over 2a, comma, f of negative b over 2a. We already know what negative b over 2a is. I just found that, and that was 4. So I can write that this is really 4, comma, f of 4. And then out to the right here, I'll write what f of 4 is. F of 4 would be this function with a 4 plugged into it, so 2, 4 squared minus 16 times 4 plus 29. 4 squared is 16 times 2 is 32, so I have 32. We use a calculator for some of this, minus 64 plus 29. So 32 minus 64 plus 29, I get negative 3. So f of 4 is negative 3, so I can replace that and say that the vertex is 4, negative 3. And that's how you find the direction, the axis of symmetry, and the vertex for a general form equation.